is Ramba Mamba, and this is the 4th episode in the series where we'll learn to make an FPS game for complete beginners. In this episode, we're going to do ammo and reloading to add on to the animations of our gun, and we'll also do a little bit of firing. In the next episode, we will make it so that our enemies actually take damage. So I will start by opening up our FPS game that we've been working on. Okay, so Unity has booted up, and so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna make a weapon script so that when we fire, our animation runs, as well as changing the ammo and displaying everything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on our gun. I'm gonna click on our player, camera, and then I'll click on our pistol. Add a component script. And in this script, I'll call mine weapon. Let's double click it. Let's drag it into the scripts folder and then double click on it to open it up in Visual Studios. Okay, so Visual Studios has booted up. And so what we want to do in this script is that we want to take our ammo and we want to be able to check if we're allowed to shoot, if we have enough ammo, and also check if we're pressing the mouse buttons to see if we should be firing or not. So I'm going to create a function to like an extension. So instead of writing all my code within these two brackets to be part of void update like ASD, instead I can write a function called void ASD, and in it I can write ASD or whatever, and then I can call this function called ASD. So this organizes all your code. So instead of right here, instead of just directly typing ASD into void update, I'm calling a function that does ASD. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna make a function called check mouse buttons. So I'll create it in the void update. I will be calling it check mouse button actions. And to create this function, you type in void and then the name of the function that you want to create. And inside of it, you can pass through a couple of parameters. I don't want any parameters in mine. So I'll leave this empty. But for example, you can pass through a parameter that affects how this code is run. But we don't need any parameters for now. That's a little bit more complicated. So in our check mouse buttons, we want to check if we clicked R or if we clicked, what did we click, right? So if input dot get mouse button down 0, then we would like to tell it to do another function called fire, and this will be the function that actually shoots the bullet. But before that, we want to be able to check if we can fire. So I'll create a new statement called if clip ammo is greater than 0. So if the ammo that we have is greater than 0, fire. And I'll drag this in here. So clip ammo is going to be a variable that we have to make. So we'll make it right after this. But if we do not have enough ammo, then so if clip ammo is less than equal to 0, then we want to reload. So what I did here is that if you put a double backslash, anything after that is not counted as code and it is just a comment. So for now, I just put a placeholder for reload. And so we need to tell it to reload right here. And so yeah. So now let's go and make our variable for let's make our function for firing, and let's make our clip ammo amount. So at the top, I'm gonna make a public integer called clip ammo, and I'll set it to a default value of 3. So if you do not know how the gun works, there's two parts of your of your thing. So you have a clip, which is what is currently inside of your gun that holds all the bullets that you have inside of your gun that can be fired. And then you have your stock bullets, like you have the bullets that you keep in your pocket or whatever, and you can put them back into the clip later. So in our case, we're going to have 3 bullets inside of the gun, so 3 bullets that can be fired pretty much continuously. And then we're going to have max ammo of something like 20, where the person can take them out of his pocket and put them back in. And they'll add 3 to the clip ammo each time. So while we're at it, let's also make another variable for the max amount of ammo that you can have. So this is like the ammo that you have in your pocket. And I'll set this one to 10. So now we also have to make a fire function. So under void check mouse button actions, under these 2 brackets, I'll create a void fire. And so this one we want to make sure that you can shoot, and then we want to play the animation that we made, and also reduce 1 ammo from our clip. So we take current. So we need to make a lot of variables. So let's create them now. Actually, we need to make a public game object called current weapon, and we also need to make a public bool is reloading, and another public bool can shoot. So basically, in here we need to check, or not here, what is it? In void fire, we need to check if you're allowed to shoot, and then take the animator of the current weapon object and play our animation. So if clip ammo is greater than 0, which means that you have ammo, and which means pretty much, and you can shoot. Remember, can shoot was the bool that we made, and a bool pretty much means true or false. So we'll set it to, it's going to be true by default, I think. And can shoot. Then we want to take our current weapon and play the animation. So we got to get the animator component. And then we got to tell it to play the animation that we made. So play. And then in here we put the name of the function, the name of the animation that we made. I'm pretty sure it's called shoot, but if I go back to Unity, go to assets, animations, we have shooting and reloading. So inside of these quotes, I'll put shooting, and we have an error. Oh, we need to put these 2 brackets. So this just gets the animator component and plays the shooting animation that we made in the previous episode. And then we want to reduce 1 from our ammo. So is equal to clip ammo minus 1. Takes our ammo and subtracts 1. Perfect. So now we have our void fire. And our void update, we want to call all of our methods. So we want to make sure that in void update, each frame we check our mouse button actions. We check it for reloading, and then we have to update UI. So let's get started with check reload. So after void fire, I'm going to make another function called void check reload. So this just checks if we have the input.get key down keycode.r. You can put any key you want, but I want it to be able to reload when you press R. You take can shoot, set it to false. So remember, this is the bool that we made to check if you're allowed to shoot. False. And then now we want to actually reload. So you can notice that we didn't do the reload yet. And so the reload is a little bit more complicated because the reload is going to be with Ienumerator. So let's get started on that actually. So right under void check reload, I'll make a reload function. So it's an Ienumerator reload. So basically what an Ienumerator is basically it's like a timed function. So instead of being like a normal function, it's a special function that has a wait time to it. So we can use this to do a reload animation because we can play our reload animation and tell it not to do anything else until the animation is finished. So during the Ienumerator reload, we want to make sure that you're not allowed to shoot. So can shoot is equal to false. And then we want to play our reload animation. So we want to get our current weapon dot get component animator animator dot play, and we want to play our reloading animation. And so the way this works, right now at any time inside of this function we can tell it to wait a couple of seconds or how much ever. So right now I want it to wait while the animation is playing because I don't want you to do anything while the animation is playing. I want it to do it at the end of the animation. So I'll press yield, return, new, wait for seconds, and I'm gonna wait for the amount of time it takes for this reload animation. So if I head back into Unity, click on a reloading animation, it tells me that the length is 2.267. So I'll round that to 2.7, and I'll tell it wait for seconds 2.7 F. Now we can start doing the reloading stuff. So this is a little bit more complicated, but if our clip is 0, so if we have no more bullets in our gun right now, right? Then we want to check if the max amount we can hold in our clip is we have that much in our pocket. In our pocket, if we have enough bullets to completely fill up our gun, which is right now 3, because that is how much we can hold. So I'm gonna make another variable for that called public in clip max clip, and in void start I'll set it to the same as our clip ammo. So max clip is equal to clip ammo. So then now when we reload, not here, where is it? Yeah, so when we reload, now we can check if we have enough bullets to completely reload. So if max ammo is greater than or equal to max clip, if we have enough, we want to completely fill our clip. So clip ammo is equal to our max clip. We want to completely fill up our clip, right? We want to fill it to the max now because we have enough. And then we want to set our max ammo, which is the ammo that we have in our pocket, to equal to how much ever we had before, but we want to subtract away max clip, meaning how much ever we just replenished. So that's case 1. Else if we do not have if the max ammo that we have is less than how much we are supposed to replenish, then we can say not enough bullets to reload. So for now I'll say debug.log not enough bullets to reload. Perfect. Now the other case that we can have is that if our clip ammo is not equal to 0 and you still reload it. So sometimes if you're playing and you shoot 1 bullet, remember our max clip ammo is 3, so we can shoot 3 bullets before reloading. But say you shoot 1 bullet and then you decide to reload. If you decide to reload then we can't fill it up. We can't add 3 because then we'll have 5. That math doesn't work out. So instead we have to do an else. And notice where I'm putting my brackets and where I'm putting my else's. So I have an if statement, start, end. If statement, start, end, and then the else is an else of that if statement. And now I have another else statement, but it is an else statement of this if. So in this else statement, I'm going to take our ammo difference, and the ammo difference, we got to make a variable that figures out what is the difference between the max ammo that we can have and the amount that we've shot. So say we shoot one time and we have 2 bullets left, right? We have 2 bullets in our clip. So the difference between our max is 1. And so we want to add 1, not 3. So we got to keep the amount that we've shot. So I'm going to make another variable at the top called public int ammo difference to keep track of the difference of how much times we've shot versus how much ammo we can have in our clip. So first I'm going to make it what it is. So max ammo is equal to, ammo difference is equal to our max clip minus the amount of ammo we have. So for example, we have 3 from max clip, and say we shoot 1, so this will be 2, then the ammo difference will be 1. Then we do pretty much the same thing that we did at the top, except now we do it with, we subtract ammo difference. So if max ammo, the amount we have in the pocket is less than our difference in ammo. So if we have less than the amount that we need to reload, then you say not enough to reload. Debug.log not enough to reload. But else, if it is, then we take our clip ammo and we add how much ever the ammo difference is, which would make it to the max. And then we also set the max ammo is equal to the max ammo minus the difference in ammo, which is how much ever we added. So we kind of replace from our pocket and put it into our gun. So after all of these, after this one, then right after here we can put can shoot is equal to true. So now you can shoot again after all of this calculations. So now we can fill in wherever we put reload. So instead of putting in check reload, instead of just saying can shoot is equal to false, we can remove this and we can say start coroutine, which is a syntax to start this function called reload. Start coroutine, reload, and then that's how you do the syntax for it. So now we're starting this this function where you do all the calculation for our ammo. So if we go back here to our check mouse actions, we also left in a blank for reload. So I'll fill this in again with start coroutine, start coroutine, and it was called reload. My bad. And so we have an error here. What does this say? Parentheses can be removed. Oh, yeah, so we need to put an else if statement. So else if, there you go. So now I think if you press Control S, we can head back into Unity. And if we click on my pistol, click on the pistol, now it says clip ammo, max clip, current weapon is reloading and can shoot. So our max clip is 3 because it is the same as the clip ammo that you start with. And I'm actually going to make is reloading, can shoot, and ammo difference a private variable so they do not show up here. So instead of public, we'll change it to private. Private, because that's just for the computer. We don't need to know that. It doesn't need, oh. So I'm going to press Control S to save, head back into Unity. And now, now it's asking for our current weapon. And so our current weapon is just the pistol. So I'm going to drag our pistol right into this slot. Now if we click play, and so if I press the mouse button, nothing happens. So one more thing that we forgot to do is that we forgot to call our function in void update called check reloading. Check reload. Now if you press Control S and head back into Unity. Now if we hit play, let's see. So the reloading is working. And when we shoot, it's working now. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, reload. Reload. It appears to be working. So now let's create some text, and let's make it so that you can tell how much ammo you have and everything. So under a canvas that we created for our crosshair, I'm gonna right click on my canvas, create a UI. I'm gonna create a text component. If I head to my scene, I double click on it to see where it is. Instead of it being in the center, I'll click on this little square, I'll click on this little square, press Shift and Alt, and click on the bottom right, sorry, so that no matter what device you're on, it'll always scale to the bottom left. And I'll also increase the size of this text to probably increase the font size to 30. Wait, what? Here, I'll increase the width and the height to 100 by 100. Wait, what? I'll just click on the text. Press R to go to the scale tool, and then I'll just scale it up. Then I'll move it back. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So now we can just replace this with our reload. So I'll call this reload, and in our script, we'll create one more function that manages all the reloading. So under this bracket, I'll create a new function called void update UI. And in this thing, we'll be needing what object that we want to change the text. So at the very top, I'll create a public text ammo UI. Then at the bottom, I'll do ammo UI dot text is equal to. So we want the clip ammo at the left, right? And then we want a little bar. And then we want to tell us how much total ammo we have. So max ammo. Or max. Yeah. Max ammo. Perfect. Perfect. Press Control S. Head back to Unity. And now when we go to hit to our player, head into our gun. It says text. So I'll drag in the reload text here. Now if we hit play, perfect. It still says new text. And I know exactly why. We forgot to call this function. So in void update, we want to tell it to update the UI once again. So I'll do update UI, two parentheses, and then. So now every single frame, it'll check mouse button actions, it'll check reload, and it'll update our UI. Head back into Unity, try one more time. It starts off with 3 out of 10. Now if I shoot, it doesn't let me shoot. Let's see what the console says. I reload. Reload. One. Aha, I know the problem. So at the very beginning, we make all of these variables called can shoot and can shoot and is reloading. And so by default, they're actually set to false. So I want to set our private bool can shoot to true so that at the very beginning it can shoot. Because right now it doesn't let me shoot at the very beginning unless I reload first. So now if we hit play once more. Okay, so I'm starting off with 3 out of 10. So 10 is in my pocket and 3 is in my gun. Shoot once, shoot 2 times. I can press reload now. And I should get back to 3 out of 8. Because remember, we were subtracting from our total. Now I can shoot once, reload, and I should have 3 out of 7. Now I can shoot 3 times. And if I reload, I have 3 out of 4. And so you can reload by pressing R, or you can just click again. So now I'm going to try finishing all the ammo that we have. So now I have no more ammo. I can't reload. And it says no, not enough bullets to reload. Perfect, perfect. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and in the next episode, we'll make it so you can actually damage players. Thank you so much for watching. I want to give a special shout out to Kenjo Strife for helping and supporting me during the process of making my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps me out a lot. Thank you so much.